Think about the banana you buy at the grocery store. It is cheap, it is everywhere, and it seems like a perfectly normal snack. But in June 2024, a court case in Florida changed how we look at that simple fruit. A jury ordered Chiquita Brands International to pay 38.3 million to the families of innocent people who were murdered in Colombia. Why? Because for 7 years, Chiquitas secretly paid millions of dollars to a violent illegal army in Colombia called AUC. This group killed thousands of people. This leaves us with a shocking question. How does a famous company that sells fruit end up giving money to a non terrorist group? To understand what happened, we have to look back at the company's past when it was known as the United Fruit Company. For most of the 90s, this company acted like a shadow government, a business that had more power than the actual governments of the countries it worked in. The United Fruit Company wasn't just a regular business, it was a massive empire. Starting in 1899, the company grew powerful by taking control of basic things like railroads and shipping ports. They built their own massive fleets of over 100 ships called the Great White Fleet, and they even set up their own telegraph system before local governments could build their own. The company controlled every single step of the process. They owned the land, the bananas plants, the trains, the ships, and the communication networks. Because they owned everything, they were able to force their workers to live in isolated company towns. In these towns, workers weren't paid in real money. Instead, they were paid in company coupons that could only be spent at stores owned by United Fruit. The company completely locked these countries down economically. This is where the term banana republic comes from. Countries that were run for the benefits of a foreign fruit company instead of their own people. United Fruit protected its profit using the same kind of brutal violence an army would use. In 1928, 25,000 Colombian banana workers went on strike to demand basic human rights. To protect the company profit, the Colombian army brought in machine guns and opened fire on a crowd of workers and their families in a town square, killing over 1,000 people. In the 1950s, the company faced a new challenge in Guatemala. The country's new president, Jacobo Arbenz, wanted to take unused land and give it to poor farmers. United Fruit had been holding a huge amount of land empty just to stop competitors from using it. The company didn't want to lose this land, so they used their close connection to the US government and the CIA. The CIA helped launch a secret plan that overthrew the democratically elected president and put a brutal military dictator in charge. The new dictator immediately gave the land back to the company and banned the workers' union. This event shows that United Fruit could easily use local armies and the American spies to crush anyone fighting for a fair wage or democracy. United Fruit also completely changed the nature of the tropics by growing only one single type of banana called the gross macho. However, growing only one type of plant is very dangerous because all the plants were identical clones. A deadly plant disease called the Panama disease was able to easily spread and wipe out millions of banana across entire countries. Instead of changing their method, the company used a slash and burn strategy. When a piece of land got infected, they just ignore it and cut down the pristine rainforest to start over and spread a huge amount of dangerous chemical on the crops. In the 1970s, the company was drowning in debt and bad publicity. To make things work, a massive storm called Hurricane Fifi destroyed most of their bananas farms in Honduras in 1974. The pressure became too much. On February 3, 1975, the head of the company, Eli Black, walked into his Rice office in the New York City, broke the window with his briefcase, and jumped to his death. Shortly after, an investigation uncovered a massive scandal. Black had paid 1.25 million bribe to the president of Honduras to get a discount on the taxes the company owned. Desperate to escape their bloody and corrupt history, the falling company changed its management and rebranded itself as Chiquita Brands International. They put a bright, happy sticker on their bananas to make people forget about their dot post. Even though the name and the stickers changed, the company's inner habits stayed the same. They still believed they were above the law. In 1997, Chiquita's branch in Colombia went right back to using secret payments to protect their firm. Chiquita paid 1.7 million to the AUC, a brutal paramilitary group. This money directly funded a group that forced 400,000 people out of their homes and targeted and murdered union leaders who were fighting for the workers' right. A historic court ruling in June 2024 finally broke the shield that had been protecting big multinational companies for over 100 years. For a very long time, the cheap bananas we enjoy were paid for violence and suffering in other countries, but this new ruling shows that big companies can no longer act like lawless kings.